Hey! Go climb! Uh-oh! Hey guys, Sammy Benitez here. So we are having some problems. We got a child that is about to start walking. Big problems. And we got this fireplace mantle that we wanted to try and baby-proof, just make it a little safer for this dude when he starts walking around so he doesn't bang his head against it. There's definitely other things in the house that are problem areas, but this seems to be a common one, and so I'm gonna make something my wife showed me on Pinterest, and so we're gonna make our own version of it. I'm gonna show you some of the stuff I have and some of the stuff I bought to make it happen. And let me show you the guy that's causing all this problems. Say hi. So this is the guy that's making us do this stuff here. So let's go. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is get some measurements of your fireplace mantle here. So ours is 66.5 inches almost. In the rear, it's a little bit smaller, so it's not totally square. So we're gonna go 66.5. You're gonna wanna know this dimension. This is 16 inches. From the floor, we are 8.5 inches. And this dimension right here is also gonna be 16 by 8. So with that information, we should be able to come up with something. So for our bench, I found this poly foam over at Hobby Lobby. This is a 2-inch thick by 27 inches tall here and 76 inches wide. So we can probably double this up if we wanted a 4-inch foam, and this would work out well. This is list price $40 at Hobby Lobby minus 40% off. Hobby Lobby, I guess, is like the Kohl's and the Harbor Freight of the hobby world, so there's always coupons. We also got 2 yards of our desired fabric here. So as far as lumber goes, wood, you can use plywood, which is what I'm going to use. I have 1/2-inch cabinet grade plywood left over from an old project, so I'm just going to use that. You can use any plywood, or you can buy like a 1x12, 2x12, or 1x10, 2x10, and then also get like a 1x4 or 2x4, and that should cover you. So I'm going to show you the cuts and things we're going to do right now to make this all work and create kind of like a little bench cover for that mantle. Okay, so I have a 4x8 sheet of 1/2-inch thick cabinet grade plywood here. Again, you don't need to use this, but this is what I have, so I'm just gonna go ahead and utilize this material. All right, I've marked my lines here, and I'm just gonna take a circular saw, and I'm gonna go for it, make the cuts. All right, so we got our cuts. So just to give you a visual, we got 66.5 by 10 inch. We have 66.5 by 3 inch. And then we have 2 10-inch pieces by 3.5. So this is gonna sit just like that, and the same on the other side. So we just have to glue and nail all this stuff up together, and then we can go ahead and put our cushion and our cloth. we got the frame complete. We've got everything glued and nailed in here. We're just gonna take it upstairs, test fit it. I'm gonna use a piece of sandpaper to take off some of these little pieces of splinter stuff on the edges of my cuts here. What people refer to as softening the edges. All right, let's take this upstairs and test fit it. All right, let's test fit this thing. So it fits nice and snug. So all we have to do now is add that foam and then the upholstery. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off the excess here that's gonna hang over. Use a straight edge and a box cutter with a brand new blade. Alright, we got that cut. Alright, once you have your foam lined up to the back of the piece of wood, your straight edge is lined up from corner to corner, go ahead and make that next cut. Okay, let's go ahead and make the second 10-inch cut here. So now I'm just stacking my two pieces of foam here. Checking with this piece. It's almost just about right. That'll work. So last thing we need to do is come up with the pieces for the very sides here. So I'll just cut a couple 10-inch long pieces plus 2 inches. Compensate for the front foam. And we got that. Shoot. Alright, so we got our fabric laid out here, and I'm just gonna take everything off of there and flip it on over to the fabric. So I think I'm gonna approach this by starting with the front fabric in the middle, folding it over in the center, pulling it pretty tight, and putting a few staples in. So the corner is probably the only tricky part here. Just make sure your foam is as far forward as possible. Alright, so I've just kind of cut this to a point. So I cut off all the excess here. Alright, so for the corner, I'm going to pull this tight out. I'm going to fold it out on around this edge and pull this. So we're gonna have this kind of seam right here. Just do your best to eliminate the corner. Pull it tight there and get your staple. Then we're gonna fold what we've got here. So we are gonna have kind of a seam right around the corner. And we're gonna might cut back some more of this, but I'm gonna staple it up top right here. So just keep pulling tight and finish along the top edge right here. So there's a corner. You can cut the excess off or just staple it in there. So I'm gonna do the other side. Alright, once you have your corners in, you wanna just go ahead and cut off the excess here. I'm just gonna hold the tape while I cut to make sure I leave at least the very minimum. As I go, I'm just gonna finish the wrap around here. So I'm just pulling tight on the back end now and stapling. Okay, so it's complete. So the only thing I would say that I might do differently is instead of cutting the foam like I did into sections, I would leave it all one piece and just make some slits to be able to fold it in these sections. Because you can kind of see the bumps of where the two pieces of foam meet up. I don't know if you can tell that very well. Right here. The seams came out okay. I made my tolerances so tight that it's really hard to squeeze it in with that cloth. With the fabric folded in under, but it's on there very snug. So this is a cool little bench you can use in the summertime when you're not using your fireplace. Cover the hearth. Use it as a place to sit and protect your newly walking baby's face, head, body against the hearth here, the brick part of your fireplace. So that's all I've got for you. I hope this helped you all. If you got any questions, comments, leave it down below. If you got any insightful information to add to this, let me know. I've never really done upholstery or anything like that, but it seems to be working. It looks okay, looks pretty tight. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.